Good morning, everybody. How are you today? It is Monday. No, it's not Monday. Today is a day that ends in a Y. It's actually Wednesday, not Monday. It's my Monday. That's why I'm calling it Monday. Because I've had my 2 days off. So my weekend is over and I'm heading into work. And it's kind of a gloomy day today. Turn this down a bit here. So you're not hearing just my heater, which I really don't even need. It's 48 degrees today. Hooray. Thank you, baby Jesus. So, yeah, anyways, I'm heading into work. Don't have a lot to do this week. We don't have any weddings this week. Got a couple small events, which, you know, will give me work to do, but they're not super challenging or anything, which is all right. That's nice now and then. So I'm going to go do that. This morning as I was getting ready for work, I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers. His name is Resale Rabbit. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with Resale Rabbit, but Resale Rabbit, he's an interesting guy. He lives in Green Bay, Wisconsin, so he is just 2 hours north of me. And he buys, I mean, he does a lot of things. He buys, he goes to storage, locker auctions, he goes thrifting, he dumpster dives, he will buy up stores that are, he'll buy all the merchandise left in a store that's closing and flip it. He does stuff like that. He's a very interesting guy. Look him up on YouTube. Resale Rabbit. And he's funny. He's funny and he's neat. He's got a cynical sense of humor. Reminds me of Rick a little bit. So I find him funny and enjoy his videos. But this morning he went to, or this morning's video was about how he went to a couple different stores that were closing around the Green Bay area, and he showed us the process of what has to be done when a store closes in order for you to go in and buy that merchandise. You know, and I always wondered, you know, kind of what happens to stuff when a store closes. You know, when a store hits that 95% off sale and then they shut the doors and there's stuff left behind, I always thought, what happens to that? Do they just throw it away? You know, what do they do? But what they do is they get a liquidator involved, and that liquidator will then look for a buyer for all the rest of that merchandise. And what Resale Rabbit does is he cuts to the chase. He doesn't even give the liquidator a chance to like get the word out there that there's a store for sale. He just goes in and says, I will buy everything that's left. Oh my gosh, I dropped my phone. Earthquake! Oh my, now I'm very close to my head. What is that? Okay, well anyways, he'll go into a store and he'll tell the liquidator, I'll buy everything, all the merchandise that you have left for 3% over retail. And usually a liquidator will be extremely happy with that price, and will sell him everything that's left of the store. And then he'll offer to buy all the fixtures, the mannequins, the cash registers, the phones, anything that's in their hangers. He'll buy everything, and then he'll turn around and he'll find a place to sell all that stuff. And I didn't realize this, but your regular like retail stores, like your Walmarts, your Shopko's, you know, things of that nature, children's clothing stores, they will purchase clothing from third-party liquidators because it is really cheap for them to buy. So in this case, he went to, I forget the name of the store. Hang on, I gotta fix this again. I don't like looking at myself. I don't want you guys to like see the pores on my face for the cry eye. How did this zoom in like that? Okay, I think that that's better. Anyways, he went into the store and said, hey, listen, I'm gonna sell everything back to you, or I'll sell all this stuff to you for like, you know, 4 or 5% over retail. And they're like, what? Yeah, that's great. And they, you know, they buy it all from him. So he'll double his money just from the clothing. And then he has to sell off all the other stuff too, the fixtures and what have you, and he has no problem getting that stuff sold. So he does really well. Now it makes me wonder, what is he going to do when there are no box stores left to close? You know what I mean? I mean, he does so many other things that's just a small chunk of his business, but it's an easy way to turn a big profit very quickly. And when there's no box stores left, and believe me, those box stores are going, you know, I think we'll always have like the Walmarts of the world where you can buy so many things in one place, but like malls, that's all going bye-bye. Like the store that he was dealing with up in Green Bay, it was a mall that originally had 4 anchor stores, and there's only 1 of the 4 left. All the rest have closed, and that's pretty wild. I mean, it's hard to think about a world without shopping malls, you know, but that's the way we're going. They had a Payless shoe store in that particular mall that was also closing, and he went in there to see where they were at. They were still at like 60 or 70% off or something like that, so they were still very, very early on in their closing procedures, you know, so they still got their 80, 85, 90, 95% sales to do before they close. But once it hits that 90% mark, that's when he'll go in and say, hey, I'll buy up the contents of your store for 3% over retail. So basically a 97% reduction in price. And usually by once they hit that 90% mark, stores are ready to just shut down. They're just ready to call it a day and walk out and be done with it. So he usually can talk them into it. But isn't that fascinating? I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird, but I find stuff like that fascinating, you know? And he's just a neat guy. So Resale Rabbit, go check him out. He's cool. I like watching storage locker auction videos. There's another one out there called Wade's Venture. Wade's Ventures? It's either Wade's Ventures or Wade's Venture. He goes and he buys storage units from, you know, people who don't pay on their storage lockers, and they auction all the contents off. He goes in there and he buys those. Okay. He makes sure that all the most personal things that are in the lockers get back to the people, which I think is really nice. Like any photographs, any special paperwork, if he finds like driver's licenses or keys that, you know, don't belong to anything that's in the locker, he'll like get that stuff back to him. Military stuff, like military uniforms, medals, paperwork for military stuff, all that goes back to the people. He doesn't want that stuff, and he knows how he would feel if that happened to him. He'd want to make sure that, you know, he got his own pictures back and stuff like that. So he does that for the people, gets that back to them. And I enjoy watching his videos. He gets so excited about the littlest things that he finds in storage units, and he's fun to watch. And he often takes his mom along, and his mom always gives some pretty funny commentary. I enjoy that. His wife is cool too. So go check him out, Wade's Ventures. if you're into storage lockers and stuff like that. There's another one, Storage Auction Pirates, that I like. I can't think of any more off the top of my head. Another channel that I love to watch is a channel called Fathering Autism. You know, I have Asperger's syndrome, and I'm fascinated by autism in general. You know, fascinated about how autism affects every single person who has it differently. When you've met one person with autism, you've only met one person with autism. Okay, there's no like cookie cutter way of being when somebody has autism. And like me, I'm super high functioning. Doesn't really affect my life all that much, except for if I'm in a crowd. Can't handle crowds. Can't handle I can't handle being in places where there's lots of light, lots of movement, lots of people. Like casinos are hard for me to go into, which sucks because I really like to gamble. Not a lot, just a little. But yeah, I can only be in a casino for so long before I start to wig out. Shopping at Christmas time in stores is just horrifying to me. It's like, when I try to explain this to people, because I understand that you don't understand what it's like, all right? So I try to explain it this way. We smell everything, hear everything, see everything all at one time. And when all that sensory information is coming at you all at once and your brain can't process it, it makes it feel like the walls are closing in on you. And it makes you feel very confused and claustrophobic. And it makes me have a meltdown. So anyways, Fathering Autism, great channel. It is a channel about a family of 4 who has, the mom and dad have a son and a daughter. The son, I think, is a senior in high school. The daughter is 13, I believe, 13 or 14. And she has autism. And she's nonverbal. She does a little bit of sign language. She can say the word no. But other than that, she's nonverbal. But she's pretty high functioning, actually. She does a lot of. She's actually very good at a lot of different things. Very good at a lot of different things. Could she live on her own? No, she could not. But she could easily live. I mean, life with her parents is great, you know. She knows how to communicate using sign language when she needs food, when she wants to take a bath, when she's tired and wants to go to sleep. I mean, she's got like a lot of the basics down now, and she's just learning more and more, it seems like, with every passing year. So it's kind of neat to watch them, and so if you're interested in autism, check out Fathering Autism. Really like that channel. Let's see, what else do I watch? Oh, Travels with Sheila. Check out Travels with Sheila. If you like seeing travel videos, places from around the world, Sheila is awesome. She goes to places and goes off the beaten track, okay? So she'll hit a few touristy things here and there, but for the most part, she's exploring. Her and her husband are exploring on their own, checking things out, and her commentary on things is hilarious. Hilarious. She doesn't sugarcoat. If she doesn't like something, she'll let you know. Oh my gosh. So I love her. I love her. I love her videos. She makes me want to go travel the world. She really does. Right now, her latest sequence of videos is on a trip that she took to Africa. Now, here is a woman who travels enough that she often automatically gets bumped from like a 3-star room to a 5-star room. You know what I'm saying? Or she'll get bumped from coach to business or to first class on an airplane because she travels that much. She's really never not traveling. And so she's in Africa right now, and they wanted the full experience of what it's like to live in Africa. So they are staying in places that are like in huts. I mean, they're staying at a couple hotels too, but they literally stayed in huts with no electricity. And they really got into it. It's pretty crazy. So go watch Travels with Sheila. Just go check out the latest video or two and just check her out. She's really neat. She lives in Chicago when she is home, which is never. But go check her out. What else do I watch on YouTube? And I watch a lot of you guys, you know, you guys who have channels. I check my subscriptions every day to see who's doing what. I try to watch as much as I can. I'm subscribed to so much now that I can't always get through everything. So I sometimes have to do a little triage and pick and choose what I'm going to watch. But I try to like keep up with everybody, you know, try to look at least one. If you do a video like every day, I'm going to try to hit your channel at least once or twice a week just so I can keep up with what's going on in your life. Sometimes I comment, sometimes I don't. But I always thumbs up. So, and you know, make sure that you get the credit for that view. But yeah, I guess that's all I wanted to talk about today. Complete nonsense. It was nonsense. I talked about nothing. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I love you guys very much. Please like, share, and subscribe so that I can continue making these videos for you and keep you up on what's going on in my life. I'm really trying to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark so I can continue so I can do live streams while I'm driving, because this is the time when I would connect with everyone, and I can't do that now because I don't have 1,000 subscribers. People don't love me. No, people do love me, and I love you guys. So help me out. So take care, guys. I love you. Mwah. Okay, bye-bye.